Hello, everyone. Hello. How are we doing this evening? Or how are we doing tonight? If it's over in the UK, it's like what 11:17 your time, around getting close to 11:30 your time, right? Okay. This is a good time for you to check this out before you go to sleep. If you're not already, gone, you will be on, right? All right. So you probably see in the comment um, the question: Are you investing or are you spending your universal currency? We're going to talk about that tonight. Are you investing or are you spending? What's the difference? Hey Charmaine, how are you? Charmaine popping on saying hi. How you doing, Charmaine? Good to see you. Good to see you, darling. See y'all like this. Cute. How are you? Charmaine, do me a favor, hit the share button over to your left. Hit that share button so you can show up more so I can see more on the screen because it's going to have you fade out. But if you hit the share button, I'll be able to see it more if you don't mind. So, how are you tonight? I hope everything's going well this evening, rather, over here on the east coast of the United States. Um, Now, the question we have tonight are you spending? Or are you investing your universal currency? It's something that everyone have, a universal currency. Now you're probably thinking, I have a universal currency? What is that? Right? You probably know one all already on the back, off the bat, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that tonight. We're gonna let a few people pop in. She says still, oh, she said share, it's still at work. All right. So you're gonna have to check the replay out if if it, if you can't watch it all the time. But thank you for popping on. Shh, we'll keep it quiet. uh, so anyway, thank you for sharing. So she said, share, still at work. Shh. Thank you, Charmaine. So this thing about the universal currency, everybody has it. Whether you are the Queen of England or whether you are a homeless guy sleeping on a park bench, you have the same amount. You have the same amount of universal currency. Now, one of them you probably know off bat, but another one you probably don't know off bat. You probably don't know as well. It's not as common, but everybody has it. Everybody has it. And we're going to get into that tonight because most of us, if you think about it, we're not investing, we're spending. And we're going to talk about the difference between that. And I'm sure you probably already know the difference between investing something and spending something. But if you know me, I like to make it crystal clear. I don't like to leave any thoughts. I like to break things down to bite size so you can see it one bit at a time. So you can know what it is, how to do it, and how to get out of it. So you don't find yourself in the same habitual cycle all the time and every time. Okay. So what it is let's get started. It's a couple minutes after, so it's like 3 minutes after. I want to get started so bad, but usually I wait like 5 minutes later. But what it is most people are spending it, and they wonder why they never reach their goals. They never get that dream that they have because they're spending their goals and their dreams. They're spending it, and they never be able to hold on to it and catch it because they're spending. You're spending, spending, spending. And when you're spending something, well, once it's gone, right? But you get a new one every time, but you're spending it, and that's what most people are doing is spending it. So what is it? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Remember, the difference between investing something and spending something is with an investment, when you invest something, you expect a return on investment. You expect a return. If you invest this much, you expect at least this much in return, if not that much. It's just like planting. If you plant a seed, you expect growth of that seed. If you plant, like for example, tomatoes, a tomato seed, you expect several tomatoes to grow, right? You don't expect just one, tomato or one seed, to make one tomato. You expect several tomatoes to grow, right? Same thing. That's an investment. You're investing in the seed, right? Okay. Spending. If you spend something, you don't expect a return on it. No, when you go to the store with your money and you go shopping, you spend money on, you know, um, clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. Okay, what do you expect? Do you expect more clothes and more shoes from that spending? No, you expect exactly what you bought, no more. You are spending, you know? We do a lot of that around the Christmas holiday. We spend, we don't invest, we spend. Some of us do some investing, but most of us spend, right? So, what is the universal currency then? Okay, so we know the difference between investing and spending. Spending, you don't expect a return on investment. When it's gone, it's gone. I spent it. Investing, you expect a return on what you just put out there. You expect it to come back at a greater harvest, right? That's the difference between investing and spending. 101, right? Okay, now, what is the universal currency? What is it? The same thing that the Queen of England have and the homeless guy on the park bench. She have no more than him. What is it? Two things. It's thought. That's the one that we don't think about. And time. That's the one we probably figured out. Like, yeah, everybody got the same time, 24 hours. I know that, smarty pants, right? But that one with thought, we don't think about that. Hmm. Thought is a currency. You know, time is a currency. We ask, how you going to what? Invest your time today? Or how you going to what? Spend your time today. Now remember, if you spend your time, you don't expect a return on it. I spent my time watching Netflix. Just watching Netflix, flipping the channel like that, right? You don't expect a return on what you just, on Netflix. You don't expect a return on it. You just spent your time. You don't expect a return back on that time. And you went from one movie to the next movie to the next movie. Next thing you know, you look outside, you go like this because the sun is coming up. You spent all night watching Netflix. Now you got to go to work. All right. So you spent your time. You don't expect a return on it. You just got entertained, and that's how you spent your time being entertained on Netflix. You don't expect a return on it, or if it's Hulu or whatever the case, Disney Plus or Disney, HBO Max, whatever, right? You don't expect a return. Okay, we got that. Now, thought. How do you spend your thoughts? Do you invest your thoughts on your dreams and visualizing that you're there? You put yourself in high space and vibrate on a high frequency with your thoughts, believing that it is so now. Or do you spin your thoughts, worrying about things that you don't have no control of? You just worry, 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 worry. You know? So if you're worrying, you're just doing a poor investment. You're investing in problems. You're investing in stuff that's not going to be good for your outcome when you worry. Oh, yeah, it's an investment. You worry. So how do you can spin your thoughts? People spend their thoughts frivolously thinking about things that they don't want. So you're investing in something that you don't want. So really you're kind of spending it. Why? Because you don't want it. You don't want it. Your kid is late, an hour late coming home. They borrowed the car to hang out with their friends. This probably was before COVID, right? But they went out with their friends. You had that before. Your child, your teenager went out with his friends or her friends, and it's an hour later. They're supposed to be back by 10 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. What do? This right here is a panic button. You grab the panic button and because you're worrying. We start worrying about it when we could imagine that all is well. Everything is well, the same much as we worry, we imagine worrying. Something is wrong, something is wrong. I just know. Instead of saying something is right. I just know. But we so knee-jerk reaction is to go negative than to go positive without thinking. Do you really want something to be wrong? Or do you want your child to get there safely, even if they was an hour late? hmm Okay. So what do? You invest in knowing that they will be there safely. Sit back and visualize the key coming inside of the door, the key going inside the door. They coming in late, like how they have done before when you was worrying, but it worked out. But this time you just sit back and relax, and you just imagine your child walking in late. And you say to yourself, "I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get their butt, and she knows better than this, or his butt. He knows better than this." That's even better than actually thinking about, oh, are they alive? Are they in a car accident? Did something happen to them? Something like that, right? You could have easily invested in something like, you know what, I'm just going to give them a stern talking to when they get here, or they'll never drive again. They're going to punish me when they get here, like that. But you already saying when they get here. So you're already speaking those things to be as though they were. What excuse you going to have now being late in my car? And I better have gas in it, stuff like that. Okay. You see the difference? A lot of times I run into people and I find myself doing it. I have to snap out of it. And I'm lucky to have some people that will step into my life and say, hey, are you investing or are you spending? I go, yeah, right. Because it's such a knee-jerk reaction. You have to guard the mind. You have to stand guard at the mind. At the door of the mind, you got to stand guard. That's a discipline of the mind. That's one of the disciples. Simon Peter. He's the guard. He only allowed noble people to get to Christ. And we all know that he's within us. So, yeah, that discipline. You only allow noble thoughts to get in. Only noble thoughts to get in the mind. We'll talk about that discipline of the mind another time, right? So, can you discipline yourself? Join me. Discipline yourself to only think noble thoughts. Like it says in Philippians 4:8, think on these things that are good, pleasant, noteworthy, that of a high caliber, that is noble. Or we can think on the stinking thinking stuff, the stuff that don't serve us, but it's like we kind of like it because we invest in it so much and we do it without thinking. That's real quick. The child late, it must be something bad. Folks, we do things that we don't want. And there she is. My Laura. There she is. With the night light on and everything. Why are you not in the bed, young lady? You have school tomorrow. So, she's like, what? But anyway, you know what? Let's call out Laura. Laura, are you spending your time or are you investing your time? Are you spending your thoughts or are you investing your thoughts? She said, my lands. Yes, that's her. Yep, my Laura. So, are you spending your thoughts or are you investing your thoughts? So, that's a universal currency, by the way, time and thought. They're universal currency. If you invest in it, you get a return on it. But if you spend it, well, you don't get it. Now, remember, I said it earlier, spending, you don't expect the investment. You spent it. You don't expect the investment. When you spend your money, you don't expect the investment. It's spent. But when you do your time, when you invest your money, I expect a return on it. Why? Because I invested. You know, when you invest something, invest in that car, you expect a return on it. That little bumblebee. So you expect a return on it. Mm. She said, and she's honest. She said, probably both at times, but try and invest. But now but is a verbal eraser that erases what you say prior to it. She said, but my free spirit gets the better of me. Remember, there's no such thing as try. You can't try. You're either doing or you're not doing. Try keep you at pause. Try just keep you right there. You can't try to raise your hand. You're either going to raise your hand, or you're going to keep your hand down, or you're just going to flap your hands back and forth. You're either doing it or you're not doing it, or you're just sitting there. You know what I mean? So let's see the difference, my Laura. All right. The difference is that when you're investing, and please hit the share. You already know. Hit the share. And the difference is, especially when you're going to bed, this is the best time to do it, is to invest your time and your thoughts on things that are good and noble. But think about the universe. He gave us all this investment. He gave us time and thought. The Queen of England has it. The homeless guy on the bench, in the park bench, sleeping on the park bench, have the same thing: time and thought. How we invest our time and how we invest our thoughts. That's where your dreams come from. Putting your thoughts on it, believing that it's true, despite all the odds, all the circumstances of life, everything that's telling you no, 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 it's not true. But if you believe in it and still hold on to it, well, it's only a certain time that it'll come to pass. If you believe in it, walk as if it's true. Now, not I'm going to, or I'm fixing to, or one day, something like that. No, now. This how it is. You my Laura. Now, like that, right? So that's how you do it. Okay? It's not fixing to be. You fix to be, my Laura. No, you are. Deal with it. You know what I mean? Like that. That's a perfect example. Okay? All right. So remember, you can spend your time watching Netflix. You're not getting a return. Or you can invest your time visualizing, meditating, get inspired action to go after your goals and your dreams. And when you're laying down in your bed, especially when you're in the UK and it's like 11:30, a little bit after 11:30 your time, Lars says, okay, check, yeah, deal with it. You know, um, but it's after 11:30 p.m. your time over in the UK. That's the best time to spend your thoughts before you drift off into consciousness. How are you going to spend it? Are you going to spend it? It's the best time to invest it. Invest those thoughts instead of spending it on worry the next day, on what could happen that you don't want, when you can invest it in something that you want to happen by just visualizing it, feeling it to be true. Just like how you do your worries, we give ourselves a mental diet when we do that. We give ourselves a mental diet, morning, noon, and night. Okay? You have breakfast in the morning, you usually have a lunch, and then you usually have dinner. Most people, right? Okay? And that's how people do their worries. They invest in it morning, noon, and night, just constantly investing in worries. Where, bills are coming, first of the month is around the corner. I don't know how to have this much money. hmm Yeah, been there, you know. Or you can sit back and say, all is well. You can do the same thing. Because worrying is not going to serve you. It's not a good investment. You know that. So I might as well think positive. I know it sounds think positive mumbo jumbo, but hell, worrying showed up when I worry. How about thinking positive? It says that in Philippians 4, the eighth chapter. I mean the fourth verse, the eighth. No, it's the fourth chapter, the eighth verse. Philippians fourth chapter, eighth verse. Get it right, man. It says that. It said, this is how you think. Think on these things that are noble and pleasant, that of high character. Stuff that you want, in other words. So go to sleep tonight, imagining that it's true. Whatever makes your heart flutter, your soul sing, to make you kind of go to sleep going, that feels good. You know, go to sleep noticing that, feeling that to be true, and you'll find it. You'll find it. My Laura says, aha, get it right, Lance. Yeah, get it right. Philippians, the fourth chapter, the eighth verse. Google it. You see it. So, um, but what it does is it's telling you to think on a higher vibration, the stuff that you want, the people that you want in your life. Stop thinking about the people that left. They left because their time was up, you know. That job let you go. Why? Because you had better admiration. You had better dreams and goals. You was thinking of higher goals. You know you wanted more than what that job gave you. And you was investing your time and your thoughts on your dreams and your goals. So the universe responded. You're fired or you're laid off. And you go, well, Lance, that's not good. I have bills. Well, because you weren't going to go after your goals because of that job. So, okay, you've been drooling over, over that dream, that goal, and you go, but this job. Ah, if it wasn't for that job, and the universe said, okay, I'll move it out the way. Job's out the way. Now, do you want to do your dreams and goal now? And most people don't. They forget what they invested in. They deny their harvest. That's what we even say that's in the Bible, how most people deny their harvest. Why? Because they forget. They allow fear to kick in, you know. And there you go. I said, how do you remember that? Amazing. It's just like you. How do you just know those cards? And how you know you just sit there and just like that. That's my gifting. Just like you. She said, those lost. They're lost. Yeah, there's lost. It's not even they're lost. It's just the universe responded. Somewhere in us, we invested a thought, a feeling thought of, I deserve better than this job or this relationship or this whatever. I deserve better than this. I want better than this. I do. You didn't know it was going to happen that way. We didn't say, hey, we can't have no control of how it's going to happen. That's why I say how it's none of your business how the universe is going to do it. You just say, believe. Trust me. Trust. You say that all the time, Laura. Trust, right? Then all of a sudden, they lay you off. All of a sudden, a breakup. All of a sudden, you're heartbroken. You know, that was me. All of a sudden, all this stuff happened. But when you come back and get away from all the feelings and the emotions and stuff and come back to the core of who you are, that you're not your body, you're not your emotions, you're not your feelings, you're not your thoughts. You are the oneness with God that are picking the thoughts, picking the emotion, picking the feeling, and in the body. Now I'm back at my core. Now I can think clearly. The fog has lifted. I can see clearly. And then I realized I had better dreams and aspiration. And this person wasn't part of that dream and aspiration package. How can a level 5 person go to a level 10? And I'm a 10. So the universe responded by pushing me to a 10. That person stayed at a 5. And you see them for who they are that you never saw before. And then you go, oh, now I get it. The universe says if you want higher things and vibrate on a higher level, well, some people you got to leave. Let me put it in another way. Lars said, have you ever done that? Tell us. Yeah. Let me give it to you in another example. If you go mountain climbing, okay, mountain climbing, you know how the valley is nice and green and pretty, and then it's all nice and green going up the mountain, and then you get to a point called a snake line. Yeah, it's that little part that part is where it's snow and oxygen level gets a little thin, and this is the part where it's still green and it's kind of good. There's no snow right here. It's that divide. They call it a snake line. Why? Because anything like snakes, they don't go beyond that line because it's cold up there and they're reptiles. They don't want to be in that cold environment. So they stay right below the snake line or down in the valley, right? That's a metaphor for saying all the slithery people in your life, when you go into a higher consciousness and a higher place in your life, you investing in higher thoughts. You're putting your time in higher thoughts. You're investing your time and your thoughts into higher things for yourself, for your family, your loved ones, even for them knuckleheads. You know, it hits a snake line. And any slithery, backstabbing, no good thing, they can't get past that line. They're stuck. No matter how much you cry, beg, and try to drag them, they're a reptile. They're snakes. They can't get past that line. That's where the divide at. So are you gonna stay down in that low place with them? Or are you gonna go to the mountain and be the Laura who you are and be the person that, if you're watching this feed, be in the higher consciousness mindset that you are? You go into the mountain. You have a mountaintop mentality. No matter if they put you inside of a cage below the mountain, if you just get free, somehow you're just going to accidentally find your way to the top of the mountain. This is how you're built. Everybody's not built like that. Everybody chooses to not have a consciousness like that, even though they have that ability, but they choose not to. And how can two walk together unless they're in agreement? You never seen a lion and a snake walk together. You never seen a wolf and a snake walk together, right? No, two different frequencies. So the universe responds. You stay right here, snake line. You can't get past that. And you, higher consciousness, you've been investing your time and your efforts and your thoughts. Go back, go up to the mountain. In other words, go to the high place in your life and get your dreams and your goals. So let's do a recap. What is the difference? What is this universal currency? This universal currency is, and the people that's coming in, please like and share. Like and share. All right. Hit the share buttons over to your left hand side. Hit the share button and hit the notification bell. If it's your first time, hit the notification bell so you won't lose anything. And if you're over on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe. Okay. All right. So let's do this recap. This universal currency is time and thought. Everybody has it. Time and thought. Are you going to invest your time? Now, remember, investment is something you expect a return on it. You just don't, if you have a garden, you just don't plant seeds and go, You expect an investment on them, planting the seeds, watering the seeds. You expect a return on it. You expect a thriving garden, right? Of vegetables and everything going great, right? Okay, we understand that. It's the same thing up here, your time and your thought. And most of us, we give ourselves a negative mental diet of worrying morning, noon, and night. So give yourself a mental diet, a positive one. Think positive on your goals and your dream as if it is now. That love in your life with you now, that treats you better than you ever thought that you could be treated. And you do him the same, okay? So remember, you got to walk together, okay? You do the same with towards your goals. It's not going to hurt. You worry all the time, you got that. So trade worry into investing it towards your dreams and goals, believing that it's true. Spend your time that way and watch how it shows up. Just do yourself an experiment. Say, the next 21 days, I'm going to try this. I'm going to invest my thoughts and my time towards my dreams and goals as much as I can, morning, noon, and night. As much as I feed myself physically with food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks in between, I'm going to feed myself positive thoughts. Not just any positive thoughts, but thoughts that are real, that I can feel it, because you got to feel it. The thoughts that I feel that is true about me towards my goals and dreams, morning, noon, and night, and in between the snacks. I'm going to give myself a mental snack, a mental diet, 21 days. See what happens. Now, this is the thing. Let me give a disclaimer. You may not see the snakes in your life. They may be laying next to you, sleeping like a kitten in that pillow, that person right next to you. Maybe, that friend that you thought, that's my friend. The lights will cut on in your life. The lights will be turned on. The universe will turn on the lights and you will see all the snakes, all the rats and the roaches. You will see all the ones, the parasites, and all of that. It's not for you to get mad and be upset. It's for you to navigate around them. Now I can see you. Now I can navigate around you. Now I know how you really are. You know what I mean? You don't have my best interests at heart. You were just here for the fun. You were just here for the ride. So that's what you do. And sometimes it's a painful thing because it breaks your heart. You like, I thought you was with me 100%. You find out who your real family members are, hmm who really support you. Are you willing to see that? Because most people want to keep their eyes closed and go back to sleep. I'd rather not see it than to see it. But the brave souls, you know, they're the ones that step out anyway. You know, they step out anyway. They don't care. You know. Um, Laura says, "Oh yeah, you see it." Now you get into your feeling of why this happened, why this happened. So let me tell you why. It's because you gave yourself a higher vibration. And if that person don't respond to that higher vibration and vibrate with you, well then you leave them. And you see why they cannot get to that level. They can, but they choose not to. They're fully capable, but they choose not to. That's the universal law. That's the law of attraction. How can I attract to you if you are a positive and I'm a negative? You know, I am a negative person, you're a positive person. Opposite don't attract like that with the universe. Lightness attract lightness. I attracted this beautiful soul right here, Laura, back in 2020, in the most dramatic way. I would say the universe is very creative and bringing you straight to the person that you need to be with, and they can help you grow, and you can help them grow and have the marvelous relationship that we have, right? And she said, "What's the point of having your eyes closed with Mr. Fun?" Exactly. You would miss the fun. You would miss the fun. Laura said, "I'm giving me a mental diet tonight before I go to sleep. A little snack and a little touch light, maybe blinking, huh?" She said, "Yes, yeah." It happened in the most dramatic way. So you'll start meeting people up on this level and leaving the people that was down on this level when you leveled up. All of a sudden, you'll meet people on this level. You'll meet them on that level too. And it happened in the most dramatic way that you're like, I would have never thought I would be talking to someone over in Scotland. And it's almost midnight her time, 10 minutes till, 11 minutes till midnight. It's 6:49 my time. And Paula over in Minnesota, she's on Central Time, so it's 5:49 her time. She said the time and the subject of this chat is freaking me out. Riley and I were just talking about a certain thing, and I used the word parasite. All right, let me tell you what happened, Paula. When you guys wasn't at home, I snuck in and I put some mics and cameras up there so I can look like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just joking. But yeah, so this meant to be. You meant to hear this, right? When you level up as a universal snake line that the snakes cannot get past, all the slithery people in your life that you didn't see until you leveled up, you started investing your time and your thoughts on a higher vibration, and the universe responds. God responded to it and say, "Oh, you want to go to another level? You tired of level 5? You want to go to level 10? Okay, all right. Now, there's a rule. You can't make no one go to level 10 with you. That's the rule. But we didn't read the manual. It's called that Bible Basic Instruction Before Leaving Earth. hmm In that manual, it says, look, you want to level up. Okay, you will level up using your time and your thoughts, but you cannot drag someone along with you. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how long you've been in a marriage with them. I do not care. God don't judge. They would like to stay at a level 5, or level 6. Well, and you want a level 10. So, okay. You at a level 10, and then you're crying, God, why? Why? Like, because you did it. You're the problem. The problem is you wanted to grow, and this person didn't. The problem is that this person wanted to grow using the outside, using things, They think that'll make them feel better, so then they'll grow, not knowing that everything is formed from the inside out. It's not the creator, you, greater than the thing created. Are you not greater than that car? Are you not greater than that house? But they go, if I get the house, I feel better. You better feel better, then get the house, because you can be inside the house and feel terrible. But that's not the case for Paula. She knows, right? Laura says 20. She going to a level 20. She says, Sally says, hey. Sally says, hey. She said, hi, Paula. And said, please share, everybody. Yes, share, Paula. Paula, make sure you hit your share button. Yes, it's time for you to step out. Hit the share button. Yeah, hit the share button, Paula. It's over on your left-hand side. Hit that share button, okay? I know you don't, I know how you are. Hit the share button. Step out. And Sally, over on the West Coast. How are you, girl? Sally said, hey, Laura. Hey, Laura just popular, just popular. And Laura, we're gonna have you over in the family. We're gonna have to chat with you about that. Have to have you over there. Maybe have a little meeting reading, and anybody want to book Laura for any personal thing, any one-on-one, over in the family. She'll be happy to serve you. She says, good, thank you. So she said she's doing good. She said, hi, Laura. She said, good, thank you. Sally says, good, thank you. Good. So guys, remember, your thoughts is a currency. Time is a currency given to us freely by the universe, by God. How you use it determine where you are in life. You can use it frivolously and just squander it. I'm gonna watch Netflix. I'm going to watch Wonder Woman on HBO Max. And I'm gonna watch it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Or you can, okay, it's okay to watch it, but then go back. Go back to leveling up, and that's what Laura did. She said, I'm more than happy to meet the family and read for them. All right, we have a documented right here. Someone screenshot it. But yeah, I'm gonna reach out to you because that was a thought, that I had. And it can be mutual for both of us and everyone else in the group. They'll be happy to have you. You're so famous anyway. Yeah, that's my Laura, everyone. So guys, Sally, Paula, we'll make sure, and everyone just watching on the repeat, make sure that you hit the share button. Sally, make sure you hit the share button and ask yourself before you go to sleep tonight. And also, Laura, thank you for staying up and thank you for sharing. It's what, 11? It's almost midnight her time. It's 11:55 her time. Over in the UK, and she's up supporting. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I really appreciate it because she don't have to do that. But look at what she's doing. She's investing her time and her thoughts. She's investing that. And if you need help investing that, and you need help, Lance, I'm all over the place. I need help. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with needing help. That's how the great get great. They get coaches, right? The great get great by getting coaches. Tony Robbins has a coach. He admits it. That's how you get great. You lean on one another. We grow together. And if you need help, raise your hand. Invest in yourself. It's amazing how we invest in a PlayStation. Name how much you have leveled up with that PlayStation. Okay, we invest in those shoes. How much you have leveled up with those shoes and towards your goals and your dreams in your life. Okay, we invest in that outfit. We invest in a lot of stuff for Christmas. Did it help you mainly level up towards your business, towards your goals, towards your dreams? That thing that haunts you when you're by yourself, walking home from work, or you're driving home from work, or you just sitting there in between just thinking at that red light, at that stop sign, just like, and that person had to blow the horn behind you just to wake you up, snap you out of it. And you're like, do you think about your goal? Do you think about your dream? Or do you think about the next thing you're going to spend your time and your thoughts on? Remember, you're spending, you don't get a return on investment. If you're investing, you expect and get a return on investment. Are you not greater than the things that you are buying? Think about it. Is it not you're greater than the thing? I'm greater than the shirt. So I need to spend more time on me than on it. Something to think about, right? Well, I said you're welcome. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, sweetheart. Guys, that's what I have to for you. Please share it. Someone needs to hear that, you know, and live life on fire. Have a beautiful evening, beautiful night. Laura, sleep well. And everyone in the UK that's watching it, have a wonderful morning if you're watching in the morning, morning, noon, and night, depending on where you're at in the world, right? Guys, have a beautiful night. Take care. Bye bye.